I just have a couple or a few ideas of how you know that your self improvement is working. Um, I'm still working on Pisces. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to wrap out Pisces today, um, because basically I'm behind schedule on that. Got a lot of stuff going on, but I'll just say this: in my own journey, basically kind of losing everything a couple years ago and just kind of getting back on track. Basically, I can tell you signs that you're whatever you're doing, the effectiveness of it, you can tell that you are self improving. One thing is that you'll start to notice that your circle is getting smaller. So you have friends, a lot of friends, or a few friends, whatever many friends that you have, you're gonna notice that those friends are um, pretty much diminished. Because a lot of times, let's just take an example of you in a rowboat. Okay, you're in a rowboat, a canoe, and you have people that have to row the boat, right? Well, let's just say you have seven friends, and they all have to row this boat. Well, after a while, you don't have friends that are complaining, you know, friends that, be like, you know what, man, I'm tired of rowing this boat. We trying to make it over, you know, to another country, across the ocean. We trying to row this boat, and basically, some people just gonna give up. They're gonna be like, you know what, the next island, just basically, man, I'm just gonna stay on this island because I don't want to make it with you guys. I can't do it. Um, you know, I don't want to freeload and have you guys row for me. So I'm just going, just drop me off at this next island, and if I see you guys, I see you guys. And after a while, you know, people that you started with is, it's not no longer going to be seven. Let's just say it's like four people, you know. And then out of those four people, you might get one person that's sick, and then you just gotta dump them overboard. Now you got three people, So um, it's gonna your circle is gonna definitely diminish. I would even say now who does this hurt? It hurts everyone, introverts as well as extroverts. Truth be told, even introverts, everybody is born social. Everybody is it's just like the puppy that's wagging his tail. Okay, all damn near all puppies, they be wagging their tail. When soon as somebody come around, some people, of course the dog gets a lot harder, maybe even trained to be hardened over time, to not be so thrilled of new company. But each dog, that's how we are as a child. We happy go lucky with a lot of people, and it's just something that is just it's a natural thing. But with extroverts, obviously, it hurts them a lot because they're very social, you know, and like I mentioned in the last horoscope cycle, which was Aquarius. Aquarius, their social capital is people. Man, I mean, it's so bad if they're not around people. I mean, it could go real south real quick. When they don't have those people around them to get some energy, because certain signs are like very, I want to say, kind of like vampires, where they need that energy. That energy is very important. So extroverts definitely are very you know it's a problem for them to have their circle diminish. I would even say they a lot of times will even self sabotage themselves successfully because they don't want to have their circle diminished. But even introverts, okay, I am definitely an introvert. I'm more, I would even say, in between. I'm not a true introvert. I can entertain people. I do that fairly well. Uh, but at the very core of me, I'm more of an introvert than I am an extrovert. Now, with that being said, even introverts have friends, like friends and stuff like that. So even being the high man in the high castle, you know, yeah, it stings a little bit, man, when you don't have that many people. Now, don't get me wrong. This is not a long-term problem. This can, I won't say easily be able to be resolved, but it will be resolved eventually. Basically, you're going from you're moving up the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You're getting higher, right? Because we're talking about this is financially related as well. Moving up that ladder, and then basically what you're doing is you're getting more capital, getting more assets, and once you get to a certain level, like let's just say I'm gonna go back to some of my videos. See, this is the part where this is why I'm gonna start announcing my fellow geniuses, because if you haven't watched my videos, then when I say certain things, you're not gonna understand them. But that's not neither here nor there. You just have to watch my videos. Now, when you're going up to a certain level where it's like you're going from being poor to broke to being a bum, which is a broke up and coming millionaire, as far as your income level, and then you go to definitely shout out to the man in the suit, Kevin Samuels. When you go to being on that Henry level, where you're making over 100K, basically your friends are gonna be you're gonna have to kind of like network. You're gonna have to basically kind of like venture out. Not necessarily, you might not necessarily have friends. You might have golf buddies. Okay, you might have golf buddies where basically somebody that you meet at the golf course or whatever, and you guys talk about your businesses and stuff like that. This is basically something that is not new to those that understand what I'm talking about. But you might not necessarily have friends like you think from a level of high school, grammar school, work buddies and stuff like that. You basically gonna have to look at it like your friends will be different, okay, or in a different type of income level, you know. So that's kind of how that is, okay. If that makes sense to you. Now, another thing is too is that what you'll find is hate. Hate will increase. Okay, the envy, the jealousy will increase. Okay, because here's the deal. One thing about me, I definitely understand this, this hatred and jealousy and all of envy, racism, bigotry, all of that, right? Well, the dark side of success is what people don't talk about or don't really care to talk about is that yes, that level, that level of hatred and all of those other things will increase. Okay, trust and believe. Now here's the thing about it. Okay, one thing about me is that, like, for example, I'll personalize this. The little freaking $700 car that I have, the Mercedes, little $700 car that, I mean, obviously at this point, I put way more than what it's worth. I put like probably this point because I just did so much work on it. I put over 5 grand into it. It's more of a collector's car for me now. So I look at it like a collector's car, which is good. Um, one of my older videos, like 4 or 5 years ago, I talked about the value of collecting. Okay, now with this little cheap ass car, right? Because of the man driving the car, not the car itself, how I drive this car or how me actually having this car, I actually look good driving this fucking car. And people even people even hate. This is some hilarious shit. This is funny. This car, you could go buy a 2000 to 2005 Mercedes ML 350 for less than 3 grand, probably anywhere in America. Okay. Now, because the broke jeans pushes this car so hard, right, and fix it up and fix the Bose sound system in it and put a little radio, little after, basically factory, non-factory radio. Put a little tin in there, little whatever the modifications I did. I mean, even the car ain't even. I still have to take it back to the body shop because I hit a Walmart shopping cart last year. Okay, I gotta I gotta do a little body work on it, get it sprayed again, get it painted. This little old cheap ass car, when people have brand new cars that's like 2021, 2000, whatever, 2015, 2010, whatever, they because the broke jeans pushes stuff so hard. I can tell I get hate. I get hated on or whatever, like this nigga, this old smarty art nigga, you know what I'm saying? This old, fresh to death ass nigga. I get that type of shit. I'm used to it. But that is what you're gonna get, and then some. Because one of the things about knowing about cars, I took auto mechanics in high school, and I also, my uncle used to work on cars, and when I was a young age, like about 5 years old, um, I used to have my uncle tools and stuff like that. So I know about cars. I know more about cars than I do about real estate actually. Um, but I can actually get cars and restore them. And one thing about what I like to do is I like foreign cars. Okay, so foreign cars are very expensive to work on, and a lot of times people stray away from them. But um, I like to I can get cars very cheap and restore them. And when you do that, you got like another car, right? And you're around people that, let's just say, are more on the broke, poor side of the game. Or let's just say broke side of the game. And a lot of times people are permanently broke. Okay. They see you even with a used car, they like, they gonna hate on you. So I mean that level of hatred is gonna increase because you're able to attract more people. You're able to, if you're single, you're able to attract more women. Um, you're able to obviously make more money. You're able to buy more property. more assets, that hate is gonna get increased. Okay, and when it gets increased, that's a sign that you're doing the right thing. You're on the right path. Okay, you know. So I guess lastly, how you know that your self improvement is working is that you will attract, you know, things that you didn't necessarily attract before. Yeah. Um, you're gonna get I'll be putting this video out. A lot of the content I have is on Patreon, and you know, pretty much this content is not on here on the public domain. It is in the back end domain. I call it behind the paywall on Patreon that explains a lot more, and I put out a lot more detail on my Patreon. But the thing is that when it comes to attracting more people, you know, you'll basically attract women that might not necessarily was checking for you when you were, you know, poor or broke, you know, because you one thing about money you got to understand. Not only can you buy more clothes, buy more cars, and everything like that, right? You could buy more education. And what I mean by that is self education. When you have money, it's no big thing. You can hire, the broke genius to ask the broke genius some questions on a consultation. You could buy the millionaire savings plan on Amazon. You could take a class on Udemy or take a class on whatever topic that you want to, learn. It's nothing because you have the money to do it. Maybe when you were struggling to put two cheese sandwiches together to make a ham sandwich, you didn't have the money to really do it in your mind. You didn't have the money to purchase it. But obviously, that's not an issue now that you've, kind of become more prosperous in life now. You can buy more consultations. You can buy more books. You can, you know, go to that seminar that costs $50. But before, you didn't necessarily have the money. You have the money now. So with all of that said, now you have more knowledge. You can join Patreon. My Patreon thing starts off at like $3 or something like that. You can join the Bro Jeans Patreon and get more of a well-rounded understanding of who I am as well as the full content of what I put out. You can afford that because you got more money now. So when you having that and you're able to you know extract that value from your continued self education, you can actually take that, and basically people can now they can now see, okay, all right, this person is somebody might want to talk to about, you'll get people that like call you like out the blue, ask you for advice. you know that woman that you might have not been able to attract a year or two ago, she's in your inbox, or she's noticing you. That's how you know that your self improvement is working. you know um and that's just a couple things, a couple signs to kind of like look out for. But definitely continuously self improve, continuous self improvement, overcome all obstacles. Okay. If you need help in that regard, check out the brogeniuses.com. Okay, actually, it's brokegeniuses.com. Click, basically ask a genius. It's on the top right hand corner. You know, If you need help with matters financially, as far as like learning how to save money, you could purchase the book on brokegeniuses.com, Millionaire Savings Plan, and it's also available on Amazon. Also have a budget calculator on my website. And you know, I have, various different seed projects that I also work on. One of my biggest seed projects is alsherbs.com. And that's alsherbs.com, herbs.com. And then you can buy things such as herbs that'll help you, you know, in your endeavors to live this life and be healthier, thus wealthier. Because, for example, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's gonna be days that you don't have energy. Okay. Well, the Bro Genius solved that problem. I sell a product called Sex God. It not only just helps improve your sexual performance, it helps basically increase blood flow. Well, increased blood flow, that increases your entire body. So yes, once you take that, a lot of times you have increased energy. Have problems sleeping at night. I have I sell all natural sleep herbs for that. One of the products that I take every day now, I call it literally, in my mind, I call it it's like my feel good herbs. Because literally, you know what I did? I just was like, you know what? I have a lot of these herbs, and let me just package them all together. I mean, obviously, I didn't put the knockout in there, which is my sleep herb. I put everything that I sell, excluding the knockout, into one herb, one herbal mix, right? And when I take that, it's literally my entire herb catalog on my website. When I take that, I feel so good when I take it. It's like it's just I can't believe how good it makes me feel. But I'm working on some things. Definitely trying to get some more people to market my product, as well as like get it out there, because a lot of times people just don't know. So one thing I'll say is that all of my links are under my description. So definitely check those out. That those some we all need help. We all trying to do everything by ourselves. No, I'll tell you another thing that I really don't tell a lot of people. Maybe I just forget a lot of times. A lot of what I do is I outsource. Yeah, I can work on cars, but I don't work on my cars. I don't have the time, the tools. I don't have the means to do it. So yeah, I take my cars to a mechanic, and they work on my cars. Okay. Yeah, I can put in all kind of things as far as fixing my house myself, but I pay somebody else to do it. Because that's just something that I was told as far as advice years ago, and it's good advice. You only have so much time in a day. You only have you know uh, it takes away from other things that you have to do, trying to do everything. A lot of times people running around like a chicken with their head cut off trying to do everything. No, you need help. We all need help. We all need somebody to help us get to a certain level and a point. There's nothing wrong eliciting help from individuals. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. That's actually how you can kind of form up like Voltron. You know, if you can't necessarily form up, but like Voltron, what you can do is once you have your money, you can create a network. I have a network of contractors. On a list, and any contractor that I find, I just write their number down and I put it in my list. Okay, so they don't know, But I mean, obviously, after you keep calling people and stuff like this, like, okay, this guy, he likes me doing the work I do and stuff like that. But these people are in my network because I put them in my network. Now, when they no longer are efficient enough to stay in my network, then yeah, they gone. But you can have your own network of people that can form up like Voltron without them even knowing it. You know what I'm saying? That's the power of a network. But um, this is all I have today. Um, I just want these were ideas on my mind, and just keep overcoming those obstacles. Keep self improving. After a while, you know, um, it should get greater. You know what I'm saying? After you just keep self improving, maybe you'll be on a rocket ship one day, and you know, just looking down at Earth like, damn, I just kept self improving every day, and you know, this is this is what this is the result of it. I got to get on a rocket ship. I was able to pay that $1 million fee, get on a rocket ship, and then I'm looking down at Earth. So I mean, that's the idea of it. So that's the alarm button. It's time to work, and make the bread. So maybe hopefully one day I don't have to necessarily work for anyone else. I'll get back to being an entrepreneur full time. So that's the goal. So, anyways, you guys have a good one. All right.